hey there, American farmsteaders. This is Jenny with the Grimstead Family Farm.
And Donna with Hazel Bell Farm.
And we are coming to y'all from Northeast Florida as two farmsteaders doing our best to grow our own food and share our experiences with you and hope that you will grow a little bit of food of your own.
Yeah. And this week we are catching up on the homestead.
Yeah, because we're still in busy season, really.
It is busy, but a little bit of transitions happening, a little bit of changes going on. And so let's talk about it.
Yeah, because really the light at the end of the tunnel is here for busy season almost. Like I'm really starting to think about, kind of what kind of transitions are going to happen in the garden for fall. Mm-hmm. Starting to think about what's going to go behind what.
Yeah, but the lull is coming.
Yes.
So here where we are in Northeast Florida, as Jenny mentioned in our opening, we mostly garden year round. We have perennial things where there's always something to go and pick or grab. But we get about a month in February-ish that we pretty much don't garden. And then we get a good 4 to 6 weeks, July to August, that
August for sure.
Pretty horrible. Like nobody wants to be living in outside during that time.
August for sure. I am going to try to push my tomatoes a little bit further because they're doing so good. Mm-hmm. So I'm about to side dress all of my indeterminate tomatoes with some compost to see if I can,
push them,
get a little bit more out of them because they're doing so well. So
yeah.
But one question I have for you though, an issue that I'm having with my tomatoes, our friend Sarah that we had on for, I can't even remember what the name of the episode was.
You call her like a yard steader.
Yeah. She's my favorite.
She's a city steader.
She's my favorite yard steader. Oh, I think it's like homesteading where you're at.
Yeah.
That episode. Sarah posted a picture of her tomatoes just yesterday, I think, and her tomatoes are so pretty. They look like grocery store tomatoes. They're beautiful.
Well, some of that might be variety, Jenny.
Yeah, and so like my question is like her tomatoes are ripening all the way up to the stem. Mm-hmm. My tomatoes are not ripening all the way up to the stems. They're keeping green tops on them.
The shoulders.
Yeah. What is that?
Well, I pick mine before they're fully ripe anyways.
Yeah, I have been too.
But they're not ripening on the counter.
Not fully, not all the way up to the top. So, I thought, well, because I usually do that whole breaker stage thing where, they're starting to turn. So you pull them and set them on the counter. And it's like they ripen 80% of the way. So I've been trying to leave more on the plants just to see if that'll help that. So
I have that issue with my black crim tomatoes. I have noticed that the shoulders like to stay green.
It's my black crims are the ones that do it the most. My black crims and my Cherokee purples.
Well, which are similar.
Yeah.
I think it's a variety issue.
My Homestead tomatoes are fully ripening when I pull them. So maybe.
Yeah, all my other tomatoes are going red through and through.
I was looking at Sarah's tomato picture, trying to figure out like what varieties she had, and she has a couple on there that look like black crim. So I'll have to ask her. Like
maybe she has a tip for us.
Maybe she does. I mean, she's real big on rabbit manure, so maybe it's her rabbit manure that's killing it.
That is good stuff.
Yeah. So, let's see here. What else is going on in the garden? My first and second succession of cucumbers are done.
Yeah, I wanted to mention that. So, and same thing like with the tomatoes. I have a new gardening, or not a new friend, but an old friend who is new to gardening.
Okay.
And she said she was like so down on herself because she's got this other big life thing going on that, she's not home all the time. And this other thing is taking up a lot of her time. And she finally went out to check on her new little garden. And cucumbers is one of the things that she was so excited to plant. And she's really funny. Like at first she said, she planted cucumbers. And she said, I got the wrong kind. Like I got bum cucumbers. They're all prickly. I was like, well,
yes,
that's the way they grow.
They actually are.
That was part of kind of what inspired that episode we did with what real homestead food is like.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But she said, and they're all dying now. Like, I got a couple of cucumbers and now all the plants are dying. And I was like, well, it's that time of year. Don't be hard on yourself, you know?
Yeah.
Cucumbers have they run about 6 to 8 weeks. If you get 8 weeks out of a plant in our growing zone at this time of year,
yeah,
kudos.
They're very, very fast.
Yeah. So yeah, we're pulling out our cucumbers as well. And, I'm replacing them with Armenian cucumbers, which do better in the heat. And they're not actually cucumbers. Make sure to tell people, but they do taste like cucumbers.
What are they?
They're a melon.
Okay.
Yeah, so they grow like a long banana-shaped kind of a cucumber melon. It tastes like cucumbers, though.
Interesting.
So as far as my people are concerned, if I bring those in, it's cucumbers.
It's cucumbers.
Yeah. And they're really, really good. We like them. They grow super fast, and they're really prolific. So
very nice.
They tolerate the heat a lot better. So we'll do those for a few weeks.
Yeah.
Until it's cool enough again to do cucumbers again.
Yeah, in the fall. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when do you think you'll put cucumbers back in for the fall? Do you have like a day that a date?
I'll direct seed. I mean, that'll be like when it feels right.
Right.
You know, when the air is not as muggy and we're starting to get a little bit of cooler nights again. Not cold.
Yeah.
But
maybe September.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
And I'll just direct sow seeds.
Yeah.
And that'll be good.
Yeah. My squashes are about done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I had sowed a few more seeds, and even the seeds that I put in, they're not looking too hot. So I'm not real hopeful. So I'm thinking I might just wait till fall.
They're thirsty.
Yeah.
Mine that I have out there are pretty thirsty. And even the ones that I talked about last week, I think that I had pruned off some damaged leaves, and they're coming back. They look great. They flowered. I've gotten like 2 tiny little squashes off of them,
right?
But they a lot of those blooms are just falling off, and I'm pollinating them by hand, so I know it's not that. It's just too hot.
It's been hot.
They just drop their blooms.
Like the heat is on. We're full on into the 90-degree days.
We're in triple digit heat indices now.
Yeah,
every day.
And the rain has kind of slacked off too.
A lot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's been really hot and really dry.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're getting there.
I spent a lot of time watering twice this week by hand. I've been watering. Like even my peppers are thirsty.
Yeah, mine are too.
One thing a lot of people ask about raised bed gardens, they're great for drainage if during our rainy season,
right?
But we're not having a rainy season. And a lot of people ask, because the sides are metal, and they want to know, doesn't the soil get too hot for your plants? And I've never had an issue with that as long as they stay hydrated.
Yeah.
But they're drying out so fast right now. I am having a hard time with that. So like I said, like even my peppers are thirsty. And like my new little blueberry plants have little crispy leaf edges. The leaf edges are brown. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. I've really been trying to keep stuff like that watered, and my fruit trees too. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah, yep. Tomatoes are kind of on the tail end. The cherry tomatoes will go a long time.
Yeah, my cherry tomatoes are still going pretty strong. They've got a little while left to go, so which is good.
Yeah, that's good. The rest of the tomatoes they're still making, not as great. And as long as they can not be too terribly diseased, I'll let them stay there. And then what I like to do is in July, if I have healthy plants, to cut off the healthiest vines and root them in water, and then those will be my fall tomatoes.
Yeah, get some of those suckers.
Yeah, and if that's not possible, that's okay. We'll start some seeds too.
Yeah.
So I'm going through my seed inventory.
I know. I know. And when I saw a picture of Sarah's tomatoes, I thought, I need to call her and ask her to save seeds. Mm-hmm. I'm actually going to see her tonight. I don't even have to call her.
There you go.
But her tomatoes look great. So she needs to put back some of those seeds, and maybe we can trade seeds with her.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Green beans are coming out. They're done.
Yeah, no, my green beans are done. My green beans are done. I really only got one good flush out of my green beans this year, which...
My last succession, I was fighting the deer, and I told you also last week that repels all worked really well. Well, let me tell you, one night not spraying it, and they came and cleaned out the whole row. was like, well, now it's too late. Like, I'm going to have to wait till fall, which honestly, I have found the last couple of years, my fall green beans do better than my spring green beans.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people say that about cucumbers too.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're just better in the fall because it's not so stinking hot.
It's not as buggy. Like a lot of the like the stink bugs and the squash bugs, they run their course.
Yeah.
And they're kind of done.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, it is Florida. There's always bugs. But
Yeah.
that's what they say.
Yeah. One thing that I'm like harvesting a lot of right now is zipper peas.
Yeah.
I really need to pick zipper peas when I get home today.
That's something I'm putting in.
Yeah.
So, which you can do.
Yeah. This is my first succession that I'm harvesting. I've got a second succession going, but I'll probably do more in fall, or I might just cheat and go to the flea market and buy a big bag.
You mentioned that. That's not a bad idea. It's not.
I mean, I would like to go out there and get that and maybe mushrooms if they have mushrooms, because those canned mushrooms,
So good.
those were so good.
I need to do that too. Yeah.
So good. That was so nice to have on the shelf.
It is.
And so I think I'll do a bigger batch next time.
Yeah.
Because we
like
went
the
through them
mushrooms.
quick.
Yeah, I've done that a couple of times now. We're near the end also. And I also, because, we have onions that we harvested.
Yeah.
The onions that we grow here are not really storage onions. They'll store for a bit.
Yeah.
But they're not going to last forever. So I'm going to need to get some of those chopped for the freezer. And I like to can them. And I had done last year when we pulled onions, a mix of mushrooms and onions. So caramelized onions with the mushrooms. And it's so nice just to open the jar and throw those on a steak or a burger, or even into a gravy or whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I need to do that too. But
Yeah, that was a treat. Let me know if you go.
I will.
I'll let you know if I go.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. That's happening. And then I also just put in, because green beans are out, southern peas are going in, noodle beans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't like those as much as green beans. They are a different little fruit, I guess. It's a different texture. They kind of have a squeaky bite to them. They don't cook the same, but they are good.
Yeah.
I mean, like we enjoy them.
And they're kind of fun to grow.
And they're just fun.
Yeah.
Especially like if you have kids or, we have kids visiting, like, look, come here, let's go pick some beans. And they see those for the first time.
Yeah.
So fun. So we used to freeze them. We used to blanch and freeze them, but we don't do that anymore. We just like them fresh. Mm-hmm. And what else in the garden?
My Seminole pumpkin vines are looking good.
Yeah.
I don't really have any Seminole pumpkins on them yet, but they're sprawling.
Cool.
So they took a long time last year too, though, if I remember. So it was a real late season kind of thing.
Yeah. Hey, I want to share something I learned in the garden this year. Between the last 2 years. So was it last year? I can't remember. I had new garden beds, right? And I had some sugar pie pumpkin seeds.
Okay.
And an empty box, and thought, what the hell?
Why not? Right.
Yeah. So I put them in. It was July, like when we don't grow stuff. And they did great. We had enough. We had pumpkin to put on the shelf. It was exciting. So, times that I do that, or times that, like I had that story about my first broccoli with my very first garden.
In the summer.
Right. Like those little anecdotal stories are like, don't tell me I can't.
Right.
I'm going to try it anyways and see what happens. And so I think I'm going to do a bunch of winter squash stuff in July coming up, where I'm just going to tuck those seeds in here and there and see what they do.
I was watching the Haas gardening show the other day, and they were talking all about the June garden, and I love their gardening show.
They're funny.
Yeah, they are.
I like them.
He was saying that in June and July, he puts in Cherokee tan pumpkins, I think is what he called them, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's similar to a Seminole.
Yeah, I mean, he said they just do fantastic in the heat. So I thought, is it time to do a seed order? Surely there's something that I don't have that I need.
They also just posted some kind of big tomato. I can't remember, like a super sweet or something. It was a big tomato. And I was like, ooh, I need that.
I did buy some of their Hossinator tomato seeds to grow in the fall.
Okay.
I've already got
Maybe
those.
that's what it was. I don't remember.
They're supposed to be super prolific. So I am going to start some of those seeds probably like in July.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely want to order some stuff from them. But started to say that was one of the things that I learned for like this heat. You know,
Yeah.
one of the things I always tell people that you can grow in the heat is okra.
Yeah.
And so maybe those pumpkins, that was my train of thought, was maybe those pumpkins they just do better in the heat. And it's really kicking in now. So I'm sure you'll get something. But okra, so I didn't know that okra does not like sunflowers. I had no idea. They don't grow well next to each other. Right, I guess okra doesn't grow well next to sunflowers.
Okay.
Had no idea. And I actually was like, whatever, it's okra. Like, I've never had a hard time growing okra. We always have it coming out of our ears where we're giving it away. And I have harvested almost no okra.
Well,
and all of my okra is planted next to sunflowers.
Well, I am harvesting some okra. However, my plants are not as big as they normally are, and there's sunflowers right next to them.
Isn't that funny?
In the next row?
So I was watering last night, and as I'm going, because I kind of planted them here, there, and everywhere, and my thought on that was, well, it's a small footprint. Let's stick an okra in that bed.
Right.
Let's stick a sunflower in that bed for the same reason. And so everywhere I have one, I have the other. So, except for like 2 places, there's an okra plant with no sunflower, and they look great. So I did just throw a whole bunch of extra okra seeds out where there's no sunflowers. So we'll see.
Recently?
Yeah, like this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll I've got a couple empty spaces. And another thing I want to do for fall again is potatoes.
Tell me how that goes for you.
Yeah.
I have never done well with fall potatoes.
Yeah.
I've done okay. I've never done great. So.
Well, I mean, I never do great with potatoes anyway. So
we had potatoes last night, and I grabbed them out of the bin and like, oh, it's so nice to have this homegrown storage,
Yeah.
But same thing like onions. Like our potatoes that we grow here are not grown for storage, so I'm going to have to.
They're not going to
them
last.
soon. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I mean, I had the best potato year that I've ever had. They actually did pretty good this year. I mean, there was a lot of disease with them, but I feel like I got like a pretty decent harvest out of them. So
yeah,
that was nice. But they're almost gone already.
Are they?
Yeah.
We ate a bunch. Like, I
mean, because
when
they
first
them,
came in, yeah, we ate a bunch, and it was. There's nothing beats fresh potatoes.
I know they're so good. They're so creamy.
Yeah,
they're so good.
Very different than your grocery store potatoes. And we ate a bunch, and then we didn't for a while because we kind of got burned out on them. And we had them last night, and I was like, oh, yeah, I would love fall potatoes.
Yeah.
So are you going to plant your own? Are you going to make seed potatoes from your own potatoes?
I thought about that, but as I've been grabbing my potatoes, we've naturally been grabbing like the larger ones. And so I have some like really small, like new potato size that are left. So I'm like, I don't really know if those would make good seed potatoes. So I don't know. What do you think?
I have had a really hard time sourcing potatoes in the fall. Like, where do you get them from other than the grocery store? And I have never grown great potatoes from the grocery store.
I don't know. I mean, I was considering just looking around online and seeing who has what. Maybe I can find some.
Yeah, that's been my problem. Let me know if you see somebody.
Okay.
Because I haven't found them.
Yeah.
In fact, last year, I thought I found somebody and I ordered them. And they didn't come until like January. I was like, well, it's almost time to plant spring potatoes. I forgot about them.
Right.
And then they showed up.
They
and I
showed
was
up
like,
in the mail.
oh.
It was one of those late night orders.
It was. I spent way too much money on them. And I got almost nothing out of them. Like, I probably got as much as I planted.
Yeah.
So, boo.
That's tough.
Yeah. So the garden's going.
Yeah, the garden's going.
I mean,
starting to think about the transition.
Starting to transition.
It's starting. For us anyways. I mean, for a lot of you guys up north,
that's not the case.
That's not the case. So
they're just putting stuff in that we're almost done with. And that cracks me up.
I know.
What about with your animals? What's happening?
Well, we have a steer that we're finishing out right now to send to butcher. He goes just in, maybe 3 or 4 weeks. we'll be done with him. And he's been great. He's looking great. So, but I'll be happy to be done with that project. You know, it's one of those things, like it's fun to have them, but it's fun to see them go.
It's seasonal.
Yeah, seasonal. Thank goodness, because it's not really cheap to feed out a steer to finish them. So we're going through a lot of feed with that. So that'll be good to have that project done.
Yeah.
We are trying to figure out our new rotational grazing. We ended up getting access to our neighbor's land. Just as a temporary thing. Their land is actually for sale. So, but it's also been for sale for like, I don't know, almost 2 years.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's been for sale for a long time because they're wanting to sell the whole entire parcel as one.
Oh, it's a lot.
It's a lot of land. I mean, just in pasture, it's like, I don't know, 60 something acres.
Right.
Well, in cow land, half of the 60 acres is wooded. So it's about 30 acres of pasture.
Okay.
So it's a lot more land than what we're used to using.
Right.
So,
It's exciting.
yeah, it is exciting. So we're just trying to figure out, like, you know, how we want to
Do they
move
get
everybody.
free rein over all that, or right?
Right. And I mean, if they don't, well, their pasture, all of it is like, it's divided up into 4 different areas.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they have the main water trough area, which is a free-flowing artesian well, which is so nice to have.
Yeah.
And so no matter what pasture they're in, the cows always have access to that well, unless they're on my land,
Okay.
and then they're on our water. So
Okay.
we're just trying to figure out, you know, like, how long do we want to keep them on each paddock?
Right.
How do we want to rotate them? Because it doesn't make like a complete circle. Like you can do, you know, you can move them from one end to the other, but then you have to backtrack. So you
Right.
have to move them all the way back to the beginning. So
You need like a lane. You have to build a lane, maybe with some electric tape. Did
yeah,
you do that?
maybe. And my cows are so funny. It's like kids going on a field trip now, you know?
When you open the gate,
Yes.
they think they're like escaping.
Right,
Yeah.
because they're used to just, you know, my little 10 acres,
Yeah.
which, you know, our big pasture that we keep our cows on is only 3.5 acres. So when you let them out into a pasture that's like 15 or 20 acres, they're like,
Freedom. It's cute.
they're so funny. They'll go running and kick in and jump in.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like they're going on a field trip. So
They're like little kids.
they are. And like the first couple days, like I felt like they were so far away. Like it was like, I can't even see them. They're so far away. So I'd like get the binoculars out and I'm like watching them. And
Yeah.
so it's been nice. But we've had pasture work to do. There was a lot of milk thistles and soda apples that needed to be dug up. Because, I mean, there was one patch of soda apples that had just run rampant. So
You dug it all up?
dug it all up.
Wow.
Yeah. The soda apple's not so bad. It digs up pretty easy, but those milk thistles, I'm not strong enough to dig them up. I mean, once they get established, I'm like, guys, this is y'all's job. I
Yeah.
physically can't dig these up. So luckily, well, kind of luckily, but one of my teenage sons got into trouble. So he got a shovel in a truck and 3 days of digging milk thistles.
Here is your sentence. They have a big taproot, don't they?
They do.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've had to dig any of that out. I can't remember, but
So we're just trying to get all that done. But, you know, being able to borrow pasture land from somebody means that we're maintaining the fences now. So there were a lot of fences that needed to be fixed. And there were a lot of cows over there before my cows went over there. And I mean, I don't know, there was at least 6 or 7 places that the fence was broke. So
wow.
I'm surprised the cows just weren't out everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd
So
that happen?
I don't know. I mean, I guess they were just content with where they were at and what they were eating. So
Yeah, they had enough grass.
yeah. So got all the fences fixed, and so we're just trying to work out that grazing program.
That's cool. That's super cool.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit jealous because
Well,
my sand hill doesn't provide enough here.
I'm sure by the time we get it all figured out and it's great and it's working, they'll sell it.
Stop.
I'll be like, oh, well, that was fun.
I got a call yesterday from a cow friend, and he told me how great the local cattle market is. And we don't normally sell our beef steers at market, but I was like, So we may be making a change. Well, we kind of had already talked about it, like, and I may have even mentioned on the podcast, I don't remember, maybe just conversation with you, that I'm gearing up to make a change where we're not going to breed our dairy girls anymore with beef. We're going to cross them with dairy.
Right.
And I'm going to I'd like to train dairy heifers.
Yeah.
And sell them.
Yeah.
And, that's my love in the cow world, is the dairy cow. And I like to teach, and, the whole Homestead thing, obviously. And so, like, if I can mentor people into keeping their own dairy cow, I want to do it.
Yeah.
And so I have 2 beef mamas. So, and like, we crossed our Holstein with with an Angus, and that cross is amazing. She's big. She has a lot of milk, so, a lot to feed. And these particular genetics on this bull were amazing. So we want to do that same cross again.
Yeah.
And so we will cross her to beef. So we'll always raise a little beef, and like, we want to raise our own beef anyways.
Right.
So we'll have a little bit for sale, but I'm not going out looking to finish a bunch of steers for people because I live in a sandhill,
right.
on a sandhill. I have to buy in too much hay, and until we can get that under control, it just doesn't pencil out for me to be selling a whole lot of beef.
No.
So, I mean, I could do a little bit.
Yeah.
So we're looking at maybe taking a couple of the steers to market and, making that change. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of excited about it. I'm kind of nervous about it because it's change.
Yeah, it's something new that you've never done before. So, but
Yeah.
I mean, you do it once or twice and see how it works out. And
Yeah, I think we may have sent 1 or 2 in the past, just like, this one needs to go.
Yeah.
Normally we'll just sell them, like, we'll post them through local pages and stuff, but I don't know. We'll see. Mm-hmm. We'll see. So I hear it's like the market is stupid high right now. And, we saw this coming last year. We probably talked about it. Texas drought last year, where the majority of our country's beef is grown, and, not just Texas, but surrounding area. When they culled cows, they kept back their breeder mamas and got rid of the young ones, right? All of the replacement ones, they were done with.
Yeah.
And they culled their young ones.
Yeah.
And because it costs more to feed a growing animal than it does to maintain an adult animal. And so now we're seeing a shortage.
Yeah.
And that's going to continue into next year. So the trend is prices on beef.
Prices are going up.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think we'll take advantage of that. And, I don't want to sell for higher, but, as far as like selling beef goes to my people, unless it costs me more to raise them.
Right.
But
right.
I'll sell it to the market.
Sell it to the market.
Rate,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll do that.
Worth giving it a try,
Yeah. And I'll have a few less mouths to feed for the time.
Yeah.
So,
which is always nice. That's always a relief.
It is always a relief for sure.
So let's see here. I am trying to figure out my setup that I want for Maple.
Yeah.
Who is, for those of you listeners who don't know, Maple is the dairy cow that I bought from Donna. I think that she's newly bred. I haven't noticed that she's came back into heat, so that's good. Mm-hmm. But right now she's just with all my beef cows, running all over creation. And she's gotten a little bit of more of a wild hair now because she's with Hershey, who has always been kind of spunky.
For the first time, I think she's one of the big girls.
She is one of the big girls. Yeah, she's number 2 for sure in the herd.
Yeah.
She doesn't try to push Hershey around, but she will dang for sure push them other cows around.
Those little ones.
Yeah, the little minis.
Yeah, so if you're not familiar with cow behavior, like, they push each other around, and there's an order in the herd, and, there's a boss cow.
Yeah.
And then it goes just like chickens, if you're familiar with the pecking order. So Mabel has always kind of been at the bottom because she's a smaller cow. Uh-huh. And that's how they,
right.
Most times the smaller ones are at the bottom. The horned ones are at the top, or the big ones are at the top.
Yeah.
And So she gets to be the big girl.
Yeah, well, now she's one of the big girls, and she's got her sassy pants on.
She's feeling her oats. That's funny.
It's really cute. She makes me laugh a lot when
She's
I
a
out
cute
there.
cow.
Yeah, she really is cute. So, but yeah, I want you to come over and just walk around with me to see. I know you know what my structures look like, but just to walk around out there and just kind of look at the structures and look at where the gates are, and just kind of talk through like different setups that we could do, different scenarios that we could do for, whenever she is in milk and we're calf sharing and separating and, bringing them through the gates and just so I can start wrapping my head around it.
Okay.
And I really want to start working with her to get a halter on her.
She does walk on her halter. She will. She'll need a refresher, and that just consistency is the key with that.
Right.
Frequency, like just doing it. The trick with Maple is getting the halter on her.
Yeah.
So
well, and I've also found out that the trick with Maple is she loves to chase trailers that are attached to trucks.
Yes, she does.
Yes, and she ran out of we were in my neighbor's front pasture, which goes right up to their backyard to where their main barn is.
Yeah.
And Tori was pulling the truck and trailer through the gate, and I was opening and closing the gate, and Maple just bolted out of that gate, and she was running around in their backyard. I was like, oh my word, Maple.
I don't know what it is. She doesn't want to get on the trailer. She doesn't like to be trailered. So I don't know what her deal is, but she loves to chase a trailer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Learned that.
Sorry. She's so funny.
It was funny. Yeah. She's just extra sassy.
She's Jersey. Their drama, man.
It's really funny. So, but it didn't take us but a few minutes to get her back in. I was like, just don't chase her. You know?
Oh, yeah. She'll follow a bucket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which we were so far away from the feed and a bucket, like we had nothing but a trailer. So I'm like, well, worst case scenario, we could just drive the trailer back through the gate and she'll probably run back in.
Yeah, she'll probably chase it.
Yeah. So, but we ended up getting her to walk back in. So
that's good.
I really need to get all of those details ironed out. Okay. I mean, I've got time, but I feel like I need to stay ahead of it.
Right. Oh yeah. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
You do have time too.
Yeah.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah. Other than that, we've got chickens that we need to butcher. I've got some Cornish cross that are for sure ready to be butchered. Probably could have done it a week or two ago, but at this point, they're just free ranging. So
yeah.
Whenever we round those up, we're also going to round up some roosters because I know I at least have 8, maybe 10, and that doesn't count the pullets that I don't even know about
who.
yet.
Who's what?
So I'm going to keep I've got a bunch of these brown roosters with the green tails, that look exactly the same.
Yeah.
I've got like 5 of those. So I've got my main one of the big brown rooster for the brown eggs. And then I have a white Nova Gen barnyard mix rooster, a big white one. So I'm going to keep him. And then I have a really cute Easter egger rooster that I'm going to keep.
Oh, nice.
And then everybody else is going.
Right.
Everybody else needs to be butchered.
Yeah. So
there's too many.
In chicken world, chicken math, that's how chicken math happens.
Oh my gosh.
Like, especially when you're free ranging.
Yeah.
It's just a free for all.
Yeah. And I have
like a chicken rave.
I know. I've got 2 chickens right now sitting on eggs too.
Do you?
Yeah. And we just had a bunch hatch out like a few months ago. So
that's funny.
And then I really think I'm going to round up my hens, and I think I'm going to sell some hens.
What?
Some laying hens. Okay. Yes, because we've got a lot of the young ones coming in. I mean, I've got at least, 30 laying hens. I'm not selling eggs this year.
Right.
I've got younger ones that are coming up. I just don't need that many chickens, I'm not putting up all the eggs, and we're not eating all the eggs. I mean, the eggs are going to the pigs, to the dogs. I mean, even if I sell some, I'll still have extra.
Right.
So
that's good.
And besides, I want to take like a quick little vacation before school starts that I haven't told Tori about yet.
homesteaders don't get vacation.
And so if I sell some chickens, I'll have the gas money.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Cool.
So.
That's funny how you think in those terms.
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah.
I'm like, if I sell, so we sold our ram.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's how much money I need to go towards my electric poultry netting.
Right.
So, but I also am going to need another ram.
Yeah.
So I'm undecided. Which do I do? I don't know. I don't need the ram today. I mean, they're probably not even going to breed for another 6 to 8 weeks anyways.
Yeah, probably.
So
for the winter babies.
Mm-hmm. I really want my chickens out on pasture all the time. They've been free ranging and they are running amok. I mean, they're doing a great job at cleaning up around my milk barn as far as where the cow poop is, where they like to stand and it gets wet and fly and buggy and gross. They're doing great with that.
Yeah.
I need them out scratching up the old round bales of hay. That's where I want them, and not pooping where I like to milk.
Yeah.
That's bothering me.
Yeah.
Even if it's not where I like to milk. Like, I went to dump feed in the stanchion feeder last night to milk Willow, and I barely made it before I dumped the bucket over. I like raise it up and start to dump it, and sure enough, there's 2 eggs in there. I'm like, oh no, Willow does not need that. So, yeah, and they're also pooping like along my walkway where I walk into my milk room, and it just is a pain in the butt.
Yeah, no, chickens are kind of like that. Like they'll be fine for a while and then they'll like infiltrate an area and they just like try to take over. They've done that to my porch before and they're kind of almost starting to do that to my porch again. Yeah. Actually, that's where one of my broody hens is.
Really?
On my porch.
On the porch?
On my porch, yeah. Like if you're walking up my porch to go in my back doors, that little planting area that I have right there, right there.
It's a safe zone to her.
It is. So it's kind of good though because
you can check on them.
Yeah, I can check on them. I'll know when they hatch because I walk by there 18 times a day.
Right.
And if I want, that means I'll be able to scoop up the chicks and put them in the brooder. Because baby chicks don't last at my house.
No, they're first easy pickings to your predators.
Yeah.
That's been my thing about my free ranging.
Yeah.
Is like they started to not go in the coop at night. And I can't just, I'm not coming out. One night last year, Jenny, I don't know if I shared this or not, but we were raising some meat birds and I didn't put them up overnight. And I lost 47, I think, if I remember right, birds overnight.
Yeah. I mean, I remember talking to you that morning. We were messaging and
it was horrible.
It was like chicken massacre all over the whole entire pasture.
Yeah. So like last night I had to walk around and catch 10 chickens. Yeah. So we're on the great lockdown again. The great chicken reset.
The great chicken reset. I know. I do it about once a year. The great chicken reset. Like y'all are not behaving. You're not where you're supposed to be. You're getting locked up in the coop.
Yeah.
Which means more work for us.
Yeah, because I have to bring them the range. Like if they're not free ranging, I have to bring them the greens. And they're not getting the bugs that I want them to get. And they're not scratching the cow poop that I want them to scratch.
And you have a chicken coop to clean.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So.
But it's good to do for a little while. It kind of resets everybody. It teaches everybody that, I'm supposed to lay eggs in here.
Yeah.
Not all over creation.
And now they've aggravated me enough that I wanted to raise turkeys for Thanksgiving this year.
And now you don't?
No, I don't want to.
I don't
know.
Turkeys owned me when I had turkeys.
If I do turkeys, I'm not pasture raising them. They're going in the coop.
Yeah. Mine were free range and it was ridiculous. I mean, they were all over the place. They would come right up to my front door.
It's too free.
Too free.
They can't handle their freedom.
No, and they're really good flyers. So the electric netting didn't work for them.
Right.
Yeah,
they'll be in the coop. I'm only going to do the turkeys if I do the poultry netting, get my chickens out back to pasture in a contained place where you live out there, but you're also like, that's the way we want to sell eggs and chicken anyways, is pastured. And that's, how we've been raising our meat birds. So that's how I want to do them.
Yeah.
And so if I do that, then my turkeys can go in the coop.
Yeah. So if you do them, how many are you going to do? What you going to do?
Well, my coop's like, what is it? I think it's like 30 by 20. 5.
Okay.
So I don't know. I could even let them out during the day after they're acclimated to their home. Maybe. I don't know. Turkeys are dumb. I don't know. Maybe like 10.
Yeah.
10 turkeys max.
Max.
1 for us. 9 for sale. That doesn't seem worth it.
They're really expensive to feed too.
Yeah,
like,
they eat a lot.
Before I got the turkeys that we raised up for people, I would go around online and find other farms that were selling turkeys. And it was not uncommon to see people charging like $80 for a Thanksgiving turkey. And I was just like balking at the prices. Like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe how much these people are charging. It was that regular kind of farm customer rhetoric of how are you charging this much?
Right.
And then I bought the turkeys and then I raised them. And I'm like, oh, that's why they're charging this much.
And
because
that's
it
why
really
we do
is
what we do, because we're not willing to pay it.
right. Because it was really, really expensive to raise
Right.
those turkeys. So,
I've been saying the same thing about cheese lately. Been making cheese.
right.
And like I showed Eric a beautiful little wheel of cheese this morning. He's like, how much milk did it take to make that? And I was like, that's 2 gallons of milk. It
Right.
fits in my hand.
And it's this tiny little thing,
You know how much cheese my family goes through?
you know, and then like how many hours did it take you to make the cheese?
Oh, yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
like, and milk the cow and
Right.
clean the jars and,
And buy the feed.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And train the cow.
And train the cow. Yeah. So we have an abundance right now. So I'm trying to make some cheese for sale, and I'm looking at this little bit and I'm like, I can't charge that much, but that's what it cost. Like I'm still making like $1.50 on this little thing of cheese that costs
Right.
$12. Like I'm
Right.
not making anything. It's not
Right.
worth my time to do it. So yeah, that's why good cheese costs so much. I get it.
It does. Yeah. There is a valid reason for that. And I mean, it's the same thing with raising meat chickens to sell. Like, there's not a whole lot of profit in that. And it's actually work that you have to do every single day. It's not like a passive type of a thing.
No, and every time we butcher, I hate it. Like I hate it.
I know.
I really hate it. And every time until we're done, and I'm like, oh, that
Oh,
wasn't
it
that bad.
wasn't that bad. But it's like always something that you dread going into.
I don't want to do it.
This time we do have chickens to butcher right now, but I've only got like, I think there's maybe 23 or 24.
That's not bad.
I know. It's kind of annoying that it's only 23 or 24 because
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, now I still got to set up and clean up and it's
Yeah.
only that many chickens.
Yeah.
And that's why I decided to do those roosters too.
Yeah, that makes it worth it.
Yeah.
I have one stupid hen. I need to get her out of my coop. She is eating eggs.
Oh,
She's an old lady. I can't catch her because she's a white leghorn. She's not even laying anymore. I need her out. And every time I butcher chickens, I say, I need to get that leghorn. And then I forget when we're doing it until we're done. We're cleaned up. And I'm like, girl, you got to reprieve again. I need to just go. So I have a rooster roaming the property. I need to just kick her out and she can live with the rooster.
yeah.
They can be friends.
Yeah. Yeah. She can live out her happy old lady chicken life.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually have a rooster that I need to catch that I have not been able to catch. And I have a little nephew. His name is Daniel, and he's really good with animals. And he's little and he's fast. And he couldn't even catch this rooster.
Oh,
but the
dang.
rooster has a feed string wrapped around one of his legs.
Oh.
And like literally it's been like a month.
You can't catch it by the string?
No. I am not that agile.
I'm not either. Age has.
But
ruined
apparently
me.
my 12-year-old nephew is not even that agile. Like,
Do you have a dip net, like a fishing net?
you know what? That is actually what I was considering.
That's how I've been catching mine when I can't catch them.
I was actually thinking about the cast net.
Yeah, you
But then
could do
I'm
that.
like, ooh, I don't want to.
You could do
I don't
that.
want to rip a cast net.
No, I mean, we do the dip net if we have to. Like, there was one night we blended our 2 flocks together, my tractored in the field flocks and my cooped free ranging flocks. So they had to be all together for a while, locked down in the coop. And then I let them out, and the new ones didn't know where home was yet. So all my family's out at 11:30 at night catching chickens.
Oh my gosh.
And once you might get one or two at first,
Right.
but once they're onto you, they're onto you, and they're running.
Yeah.
They're running the fields.
Yeah.
We're all out there with headlamps, and we're all yelling at each other, and it was really funny actually afterwards. But the dip net.
Yeah.
works.
It's like one of those T-shirts that says, "I'm sorry for what I said when we were
catching chickens in the middle of the night." Yeah. Yeah, working cows. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's true.
It is true.
Yep.
For sure. So yeah, that's all the exciting from my farm.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's about it from our farm too.
Milk is taking up all my time.
It's owning you.
It's owning me right now for sure. I am considering a calf for Willow.
Okay.
I'm also considering a second calf for Dolly.
Okay.
I'm actually, when I calf share, I like to take off a day a week and just have the morning off. And not doing that at all right now because we have Willow who has no calf and requires twice a day milking.
Twice a day milking.
Yeah, so I'm milking her like crazy. So I'm entertaining the idea of buying a little bottle calf that I can graft onto her and take some time off and let her raise up a little beef to take to market, I guess. And then a second one for Dolly because she's giving so much milk that I'm taking off multiple days a week with her. So I'm selling a lot, but I'm not really interested in adding a whole lot of people to my list anymore.
Yeah.
We have enough people coming and going, and I don't ever want to tell. I'd rather have too much milk than not enough milk.
Yeah.
Because I don't like telling them, sorry, I don't have milk for you anymore.
Yeah.
Until something changes,
Right.
And we will get to a point where something does change and she'll be making less anyways.
Yeah.
But right now, her calf is exactly 3 months old. He's a big fatty, and he's actually gotten really sweet. Like, he's wanting scratches and stuff now.
Aw.
I know.
I have a little steer calf that's like that too.
Is he?
Yeah, he'll come right up and sticks his head up and totally wants those scratches.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, buddy,
Yep. Well, I'll love you while you're here.
love you while you're here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I think a second calf for her is not a bad idea.
I think that's a great idea. And especially if you're entertaining the idea about taking some steer calves to the market.
Yeah, and they say, my friend told me that the steers are selling for more than the heifers. And it's this like sweet spot of weight. Yeah, and in that slot the steers are selling better than heifers. So, yeah, and I talked to Eric about it last night, and he was like, do it.
Yeah,
whatever. Because, or I can keep them and feed them and make very little. And in addition to that, like, there's a risk that comes with keeping live animals, right?
Yeah.
Like, they might not be alive when it's time for them to go.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
So, like, they got in my freaking garden this week, a few days ago, because somebody left the back gate unlatched.
Dang.
They pushed it right open and walked in. Yeah.
What did they destroy?
Nothing. We found
Thank
them
God.
pretty fast. Yeah, because at the time, like, nobody knew how long they had been in there. They could have been in there all
Did your heart
day.
like sink when you figured it out?
When you want to know, like, how angry can Donna be? Oh my gosh. Yes. We ran them out. We ran around trying to figure out what did they eat. They ate a little bit of sweet potato vines. They ate some blackberries that are pretty much at the end of their course anyways. So
They like your blackberries.
they love them. Yeah, they got yelling at and chased out with garden tools, hoes and rakes and stuff. Get out of here. And everybody, I was silent angry.
Right.
Because I know what happened. The boys were out here shooting arrow. They were shooting bows.
Okay.
And an arrow went past the target. She had a bad shot. Went to the garden
Went
looking for
in.
it behind there. Couldn't find it. It must be behind the garden. Went out the back gate, and it didn't get chained. And they came back in. So all three of them got equal quiet, angry mama.
Right. They knew.
Oh yeah, they knew.
They knew.
They knew, but it was fine. They really didn't
Yeah.
need anything. I didn't need to be so angry, but it's a fear.
Yeah.
the animals in the garden. Every time I walk past a window or in the yard,
Yeah.
I always
You're
look
looking.
because I'm always like, they're not in there, are they? Because, you can't tell.
It's deceiving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are they behind the garden? Or are
Right.
they in the garden? And so, yeah. It was fine.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Well, friends, if y'all are growing food, we hope you're growing lots of food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And thanks for hanging out with us.
Yep.
Thanks for listening to our antics.
Our seasonal life, seasonal living. And we will catch y'all next time.
Yeah. Sounds good, y'all.
Bye.